Thank you for tuning in to the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast with Falicia Fracassi. Her mission is to empower you with short, on-the-go business tips and advice to help you successfully start and run your company like a boss. And now, here's your host, Beauty Boss Millionaire,
Welcome back to Beauty Boss Millionaire. I'm your host, Falicia Fracassi, and the objective of this episode is to help other entrepreneurs learn how to delegate and also to understand why it's important to delegate as you're running your business. First of all, we're going to talk about what is delegation. We've heard the word tossed around. It's obvious for some and some it's not so obvious. And even people that have been doing this a while still don't truly understand what it is to delegate responsibilities in your company. Delegation is placing an assignment or entrusting an individual with a task or to give one responsibility over something or a certain department. Some people think, I can just do this myself. It's my business. I want to just have full control of the whole thing. But it's important to delegate because it helps reduce the workload and it helps divide these tasks. So one does not get burnt out. Now, I know, you feel like you're Superwoman or you're Superman sometimes, but even Superman and Superwoman has to rest. And while you're resting, people need to be working, or while you're doing something else, someone else needs to be handling another part of the business. Someone else can actually do the job better than you. So you need to learn to delegate because delegation really is your friend. You really can't just do it all yourself. And there's someone else that can probably do it a lot better. For example, my accountant. I can never do what my accountant does. And honestly, I don't have the time for that. I handle payroll, but then I have another person that takes it to a different level because, you don't want to be bombarded down with that. Your time is more valuable. Or even with my managers, I have managers that run my operation. It's more effective if they go in and they do what they're supposed to do, make all the phone calls early in the morning, handle everything, and then I come in and I'm actually handling and working on something totally different that they can handle. And in the beginning, you're going to be doing all those things yourself. You're going to be answering the phone. You're going to be the receptionist. You're going to be the technician. You're going to be the person working and running the company. You're going to be also the person cleaning up behind everybody, especially if you're not in a financial position where you can hire all these different roles. But as you begin to grow, you're going to have to learn how to delegate, and that involves changing that mindset. And one of the things that some leaders do is they think that they know how to delegate, but they're actually not. I've seen leaders who are control freaks. They don't want to let go. They're literally micromanaging people and frustrating the workers. They're frustrating themselves. And, people still have to have a sense of independence. And when you can learn to delegate, it also develops other people and it increases trust, because when people feel like, I can handle this. Remember, other people's feelings are involved in your project. Even though you're the CEO, you have to still allow other people to feel like they can be trusted. It's part of their own development. Any wise leader will help develop leadership skills in others. Now, you're going to see that there's going to be some times that, they may not do it the way that you do it, but it's still going to get the job done. And that's something you really have to learn to just calm down about, because a lot of people that become CEOs, they're CEOs for a reason. They don't like the way things have been done, like yourself, like me, and they want to create a change. And we're typically pretty particular people, and that's fine as well. But when it comes to delegation, you want to really make sure that you're allowing these people to become leaders along with you. Because, I don't know about you, but I don't want anyone weak on my team. I shouldn't have to babysit someone. In the beginning, you're going to have to show them the ropes. That's fine. But you really should not be babysitting someone all the time and being obsessive. And I've seen leaders do this and they never end up growing their company because they end up getting rid of people, or they keep on replacing the same person when yet the problem is them. So I have a mentor who I won't mention, does a really good job on making sure things look excellent, are just amazing, and the business runs smoothly. However, they admitted to me that they have an issue delegating, which has cost them not being able to grow their company. I kind of chimed in for a moment and I started to look at, different ways that they could do things. And quickly I was able to see the problem, because when you're such a particular person, you want things done a certain way, or you have OCD or anything else, you have to understand you have to kind of release some of the control as you start to grow and let these people do it their way. But as long as it is the same, as long as the job gets done, your way is not always the right way, even though we would like to think that, but it's really not. The only thing I'm really big on is trying to figure out time management. If the project is taking too long, let's get them down to doing it a little bit faster. What takes me 10, 20 minutes to do, it may take someone else an hour. But I've had to learn that in this business, that also came from my talent of doing this for so long and my experience, that I can do it a lot faster. And sometimes my customers notice the difference. They're like, okay, well, how come you can do it in 20 minutes, but the other girl is doing it, it's taking an hour and a half? And I'm just like, oh my God. But I can't let that bother me, because I understand that I'm not normal. I've been doing this for so long. And you may be the same way in your business. There may be something that you're doing that you're faster at, but you have to give everybody a chance to learn instead of getting frustrated with them. And no one thinks the same. So remember that delegation requires you to be open and understanding. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Give your special lady a gift certificate to the Below Dry Lounge to get her hair done, and then over to Fracassi Lashes for her lashes and her brows done for only $60. That's right, hair done, brows done, and lashes done. Call 225-HAIR or 225-LASH or stop in the Grease Ridge Mall.
Welcome back to the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast.
Also, delegation on the flip side, it is something that as a leader, you are empowering your people. Authentic leaders delegate responsibilities. I want to say that one more time. Authentic leaders will delegate responsibilities because you want the people around you to grow. I remember when I was younger, this is actually really funny. I always tell a little story here and there because it really did teach me, and you can teach this to your children too, to learn how to delegate. If you have children, I'm a mother entrepreneur. So I always am constantly showing my kids how to delegate because I want them to be a strong leader as well as I. My mom was like very hardcore. She was so serious about my responsibilities in the household. My sisters, we were always cleaning the house. My mom made us clean so much that when we were like 11, 12, 13, we were so tired of cleaning. My cousins, their mom wasn't like that. She just was like, oh, go out and play, have fun. And so my cousins, they would come over to my house, which they lived not even 5 minutes down the street. They would come over and they're like, what are y'all doing? We're like, look, man, we can't leave because we got to clean the house. And they're like, well, what needs to be done? And so they would end up coming over to the house because they wanted to play with us so bad and plus we were the life of the party, we were always the life of the party because we always were fun. And so my cousin Tara, she's like, okay, well, what do we need to clean? I was like, look, you handle the bathroom. And then my cousin Phil would come over. He's like, look, I'll help sweep. And so he would sweep the kitchen. And he's like, I'll take the kitchen. And then I would take the other bathroom. And my sister would take her bedroom. And then I would hit my bedroom. And then we had another cousin, Frankie. Frankie's like, well, look, I'll take one of the bathrooms. You don't have to do that. So let's get out of here faster. And I remember what would take us normally, just me and my sister, to clean that entire house would take us 3 hours. We had the whole house clean in less than 30 minutes because we had more help helping us. And within 30 minutes to 45 minutes, we were all on our bikes, headed down the street, going to the park. We'd be out all Saturday because we weren't allowed to leave the house until we cleaned first. And I laugh about it so much because that was my first lesson that I learned as a business owner, even though I wasn't a business owner at the time. I learned as a child, wow, the more people that you have help, the faster the project goes. And then I was in charge of obviously looking through each room and making sure it looked right because my mom was very particular. If we got caught doing something or someone was cheating or didn't clean out to scrub the tub properly, we had to do it all over again. So your job will be to obviously watch over the delegation process. But then ultimately you need to go through and check and at the end and make sure things are done accordingly and up to your standards. So you're not fully losing control, but you still can see what's going on. And then if you have some critique, you kind of pull the person aside and say, hey, look, you did a great job with this, but let's work on fine tuning this area right here. And they'll learn from next time. And they feel better because you, one, told them they did a good job on most of the project. And two, what you can do to improve as well. So that feedback as well when you're delegating. I have thoroughly enjoyed this episode because I delegate on a daily basis, and I delegate especially with having stores in multiple states. I have a cleaners in place of the Airbnbs. We have people that are running teams, construction business. We have the hair salon where they're doing a lot of things like that to help out. So it is something that everyone has to learn. And including myself, every day I learn more and more how to delegate, website, CEO, stuff like that, SEO, all those things. Sometimes you can't do everything, and remember that. And a lot of times you have to just release the control and allow that person to do it for you because we're all a team here. And as you grow, you're going to need more people that you can trust and they can prove to you that they are just is good and can help you out as well. And they're probably might be better at this than you, and that's okay. You want people around you that are strong. I hope all of this has helped. Stay tuned because up next, we're going to talk a little bit more about this further. Thanks for tuning in to the Beauty Boss Millionaire with Falicia Fracassi. See you tomorrow.
That's it for today. Tune in tomorrow for the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast. And don't forget to follow the Beauty Boss Millionaire, Falicia Fracassi, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Beauty Boss Millionaire.